Welcome back to Tales from the Black Tower, where we try to have fun playing solo D&D. In this episode, I guess, we are following Audentior Ito, who is a thief in the town or city of Rizar, where he was playing his flute in a tavern when some kids tried to steal the small locket or box of St. Teragnus that was around his neck and had sort of, as he was playing, jostled out, so that people could see it. And basically, the kids tried to steal the box, and one of them ran away with it outside of the tavern, while the parents were killing, ultimately, the tavern owner. And when Audentior came back to the tavern, he found that with the box and the child ultimately couldn't remember anything of what had just happened once the constable had arrived, and the tavern owner was dead, being um, cradled by the barkeep, the bouncer, I guess. So in this expected scene, what we think is going to happen at the end of the last scene, Audentior found out what the address of the family, of the parents that of the kid that ultimately didn't remember any of the thieving or assault. And so the expected scene that I have here is that he's going to try to find that house and get revenge for the killing of um, the tavern owner, who he knew because he regularly played at the tavern. So again, this is in order to do the expected scenes. If we get the black words, that means that it goes on as we expect. No means that it's an interrupt. There's going to be something else that happens instead, and we'll do a random event. And then a yes means he is going to the family's house, but there's going to be an adjustment, and then we'll either way on the yes or the gold yes or the gold no, we will pull a random event to see how that is actually shaping up. So because we got a black yes, we find that Rizar arrives at the home. The question now is, does he see the parents and the other two kids at the home? I don't. That could be one way or another. No, he does not actually. So the parents and the kids are not present. I guess a better way for me to have said that question is, are the parents and kids there? It's not about, if we were asking if he saw them, we would have rolled a skill check. We would have started with a skill check. So he doesn't see the parents and kids, and Audentior, he is pretty dead set on getting this revenge, and this is the only lead that he has at this point. He's trying to get to these people before the authorities do. So the question I have is, are they going to show up? Does the family show up before uh, the constable does? So we have Audentior is going to stealth and sneak around. Well, actually, the question I have is, where is this home? So for that NPC introduction, let's roll some random things in order to get inspiration for where, because it could be in the city, it could be outside of the city. We have ponder, ornate division. So that says to me that this town is not, or this home is not in like the heart of the city, but it's on the outskirts, not quite in what you might call suburbs. So it's on the outskirts, not really in the country even. And so we're going to say that Audentior is able to try to hide. We have his character sheet here. With +3 dexterity, he's a plus 13 to like sneaking. So he hides fairly competently. And the question I have is, does the family show up before the constable? And I think because we basically already asked this question, I'm going to go towards the no direction on this one. So because I have a larger no die than the yes die and the neutral die, this roll is slightly weighted in the no direction. So Does the family show up before the constable is the question. So yes, actually. All right. So he's been sitting there waiting for a little while. He waits, let's do 1d4 hours. He waits an hour. And the family / kids ultimately show up. However, the reason that they were taking that he was able to get there before them is because they were trying to sneak and go roundabout ways back home. He basically was able to run right there because no one's looking for him. He's not a criminal, at least not in this case yet. So what Audentior is actually going to do? Oh, no. The point is, the family is trying to sneak back into their home, and let's see what their sort of composite sneak is. 5. Okay, so yeah, Audentior sees them shortly before they're able to make it into their home, and what he's going to do basically is he has his stone bow, which is basically a +1 bow, and he's shooting at the parents. Now, from his hidden position, he's able to take a shot at the. Who should we go for? High would be the father. Low at the mother. Just happens to be in front, and with a +4, yeah, 12. That's going to hit because these are just commoners. They have an AC of 12, basically, or 10, basically. And because of he has 2 extra dice, so he gets 3 dice for the backstab from the bow, and it's essentially that it's a short bow, and I think it's a D4, but I did not have this written down. Yes, it's a D4. So he gets 4d4 as his damage. So 4, 3. Is it 3d4? No, it's 3d4. Sorry. No, 4d4 because backstab gives 1 extra dice, and then he gets 2 more extra dice. So either way, his backstab goes true, and he's able to strike the first of the parents. And then the father tries to basically run away. Is he able to find somewhere to hide? I think he probably will. But let's just see. Actually, no, because they just came around a corner, and he's actually going to go back with the kids, and so they are probably, let's say, 60 yards away or 60 feet away. So the father goes back around the corner, and we'll do initiative now. So Audentior has a 13, and the family has a 2. Okay. So with his sort of sneak round, and then so Audentior would have gotten a second attack because he was first acting like in a surprise round type situation, and then he's going to shoot at the father as well. With an 8, that does not hit. So that's when the father goes back around the corner. Now Audentior has to run up and is going to try to catch them before they either run away or hide or something, go some other direction. But because he's like 60 feet away, he would get to the corner that they disappeared around with both of his moves. So in order to be cautious, he's only going to go part way. So he's still 30 feet away. So if say we have a corner and they just went around there, Audentior is over here where he was hidden. He's now closer, and then they've gone and disappeared somewhere there. And then 2 rounds later is when Audentior is able to sneak and look around the corner. He's doing it cautiously, with some sneakiness, but does not roll very well. The question I have though is, is the father there waiting for him to attack? Because like the mother is still on the ground there. I think it's pretty likely that the father's there waiting to attack. So we've got 2 yes die and 1 no die. This is even more weighted towards yes. So I think that what basically is going to happen is yes. So we got 2 yeses. So basically, as soon as Audentior goes around the corner, he's trying to sneak, but he didn't do so well, and the father is just going to attack him. Does the father have a weapon? He did. They did have weapons earlier, so yeah, I'm just going to say he has a dagger. 11. I think the father might have a +1, but still, that's at a 12. That's not going to hit with his AC of 14. And then Audentior, yeah, he would have drawn his dagger on the way, even though he has the sword, the bow in one hand and the dagger in the other. And Audentior swings at the father with a 17 to hit, and yeah, that's going to be good. And this is just a normal dagger, so get for 3 damage. Actually, is that enough damage to take him down? He's just like a commoner. Yeah, he's gonna knock out the father. Now he doesn't want, or does he? Yeah, Audentior, he's lived a life of crime, and he's seeking revenge for the death of the tavern owner. So the question really is, Audentior did what he came to do. The question is, did anyone see him do any of this? I don't know. That seems like that's a yes or no. That's a 50-50 question as far as I know. Yes. So someone did. Someone saw him, and the question then is, does he realize? So we're going to use. He's going to 3. He does not. He looks around. Audentior looks around to try to make sure that the coast was clear, but he doesn't notice anyone seeing him. So he basically tries to slink back into the shadows and get away. All right, with a 6. Actually, I think that's a good question. That what with that such a poor stealth roll, does does the person who saw him follow him? Maybe. Yes. Okay. So at the end of this scene, basically, Audentior took revenge for the death of for the murder of the tavern owner, but someone saw him and is currently following him. We don't know the nature of who this person is or what they might want. But Audentior rolled really poorly on some of his stealth stuff as a thief, and is not. It doesn't seem like he's going to get away scot-free. So the expected next scene. So with with what happened with Audentior, where they tried to steal his small box that was hanging around his neck, a box with Saint Taragnus symbols inscribed on it. I think Audentior is going to try to find out what the deal is with this box. He took his revenge, but now he wants to get more information. So he's going to go to the temple of Saint Taragnus. And yeah, I think, yeah, of course, this is sort of leading these 2 characters together, Audentior and Chain. And now we're adding a new quest of like the murder / escape from tavern. So yeah, kind of a shorter scene this time because it was more straightforward. I wasn't necessarily expecting the family to come back, but I knew there was a chance of it. Yeah, we'll see you next time, and have a good one.